You set a timer. You gave a warning. You even said 5 more minutes twice. And when you finally said, "Okay, time's up," your child completely fell apart, throwing the controller, saying it's not fair, like you'd taken away something they needed to survive. And the worst part? You did everything right. You gave the warning, you were calm, you followed the rules, and it still didn't work. Here's what nobody tells you. It's not about the screen time. It's not about the rules. It's about what that screen is doing inside your child's brain, and why taking it away feels to them like a physical emergency. Once I understood what was happening with Leo, I stopped feeling like I was losing a battle every single evening, and you will too. So let me tell you about a Friday night with Leo. He'd had a good day, no meltdowns, no big feelings, nothing hard. After dinner, I let him play on the tablet for a bit. He was watching one of those building videos he loves. I gave him a 5-minute warning, then a 2-minute warning. Then I said, "Okay, Leo, that's it for tonight." And he lost it. I mean, really lost it. He threw the tablet on the couch, started screaming, told me I was mean, and cried for 20 minutes straight. 20 minutes over a tablet. On a good day. I remember thinking, what is wrong with him? And then immediately feeling terrible for thinking that. But here's the thing. Nothing was wrong with him. Something was happening inside his brain that made that moment feel completely overwhelming. And once I understood what it was, everything changed about how I handle screen time in our house. Simple science. Here's what's actually going on. When your child is on a screen, tablet, phone, video game, doesn't matter, their brain is getting hit with something called dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical that makes us feel good. It's the same chemical that fires when we eat something delicious or when something exciting happens. But here's the thing about screens. They're designed to keep that dopamine flowing constantly. Every new video, every level, every notification, it's a little hit, over and over. Their brain gets locked into that feeling. So when you take the screen away, it's not just the fun stopped. Their brain chemistry actually shifts. The dopamine drops fast. And for a child between 2 and 5, whose brain is still being built and has very little ability to handle big emotional shifts, that drop feels like a crash. Think of it like this. Imagine you're in the middle of something that feels really, really good, and someone just pulls the plug with no warning, even if they did give you a warning, because your brain wasn't really listening. That feeling of sudden loss? That's what your child feels, every single time. It's not drama, it's chemistry. And here's the part that surprised me the most. The longer the screen time, the harder the crash. A child who's been on a tablet for 40 minutes will have a much bigger reaction than one who's been on for 10. The brain has had more time to lock in. Why warnings don't work? Now, I know what you're thinking, but I gave him a warning. I said 5 more minutes. Here's why that doesn't work the way we think it does. When your child is deep in a screen, the part of their brain that processes time and future consequences, that's the prefrontal cortex, the part still being built, is basically offline. They heard you, but they didn't process what it meant. 5 more minutes to a 4-year-old brain locked into a screen means almost nothing. Time doesn't work the same way for them when they're that focused. 5 minutes might as well be 5 seconds or 5 hours. So the warning feels like it should work, and when it doesn't, we feel like our child is ignoring us on purpose. They're not. Their brain just wasn't in a place to receive that information the way we sent it. This is important because it changes how we handle the transition, which I'll get to in just a second. The 5 things that really work. So what do you actually do? Here are the 5 things that have made the biggest difference for us, and that are backed by how the brain actually works at this age. 1. End during a natural break, not mid-action. Timing matters more than warnings. Ending a screen session mid-video or mid-level is like waking someone up in the middle of a dream. The brain resists it hard. Instead, wait for a natural stopping point. End of a video, end of a level. A moment where the screen is less intense. Their brain is already coming down a little. and the transition is much easier. 2. Give your child something to look forward to, not just something to lose. Most of the time, we frame screen time endings as a loss. Time's up, put it away. But the brain responds much better to what's coming next. Okay, Leo, tablet time is done. We're going to have your snack now, and then you can help me pick what's for dinner. You're not taking something away, you're moving towards something else. Small difference in words, big difference in how the brain receives it. 3. Get physical before you get verbal. Before you say, time's up, get close, get on their level, touch their shoulder, make eye contact. A child deep in a screen needs a physical signal to start coming back to the room, before the words even land. Saying, time's up, from across the room to a child locked into a screen almost never works. The same words from 2 feet away, with a hand on their shoulder, land completely differently. 4. Build a transition routine. The brain loves knowing what comes next. If screen time always ends the same way, tablet goes in the same spot, then we wash hands, then we do the next thing, the brain starts to expect it. The ending becomes part of a pattern instead of a sudden loss. It takes a few weeks to build, but once it's there, it works almost every time. 5. Lower the total screen time, not just the ending. This one is the hardest to hear, but it's the most important. The longer the screen session, the deeper the brain locks in, and the harder the crash when it ends. If meltdowns after screens are happening every single day, the answer isn't a better warning system. It's shorter sessions. 3 sessions of 15 minutes will almost always end better than 1 session of 45 minutes. Same total time, very different reaction.
Here's what I want you to remember from today. Your child isn't being manipulative when they lose it over the screen. They're not trying to make your evening harder. Their brain just went through a real chemical shift, and they don't have the tools yet to handle it on their own. That's not a parenting failure. That's just how a 4-year-old brain works. And the good news is that once you understand the chemistry, you stop fighting the meltdown, and you start working with the brain instead of against it. We've been doing the transition routine with Leo for about 6 weeks now. It doesn't work perfectly every time, but I'd say 8 out of 10 screen endings go smoothly now. That's a huge change from where we were. Now, we've talked a lot about what triggers meltdowns. The cup filling up, the screen crash, the transitions. But what about once the meltdown is already happening? What do you actually do in that moment, when your child is on the floor and nothing is working? That's exactly what we're covering next time. The specific steps, in order, that help a child's brain come back down, fast. And a few things that almost every parent does in that moment that actually make it last longer. I'll see you in that video.